Hopefully, it's going to be a quick one for you, period.
There are those of you who are looking at that person or that thing and saying it's messing you up. That's not the truth. You messing you up. You have to get to a place where you become comfortable with being uncomfortable. We no longer place ourselves in positions that make us feel good. Because listen here, boo, some of what you want, some of what you're trying to get ain't in the comfort zone. And so if what you want is not in the comfort zone, you got to come out of the comfort zone to get what you want. So do me a favor, let it destroy you. So let the dream destroy you, tear you down, redefine you, build you back up, make you stronger. So I need you to do me this favor. I just need you to be real. And most of you in this room, you can't give up 6 months. You can't give up 8 months. You can't let stuff go for a few weeks. Like you can't let girls go. Some of you just can't let boys go. Some of you just can't let parties go. Let it go. If you want to be successful, if you want to dominate in the area, you got to let everything go with that thing you're pursuing. You can't chase two rabbits and catch both of them. And I want y'all to get to the point where you are mature enough to say that even though it does not feel good, even though I don't like it, even though it's not something that I want to do, I can't keep doing what I feel because it's not going to take me where I'm trying to get to. At the end of your feelings is possibly nothing. But at the end of your principle is a promise. And some of you are where you are. If you can be real with yourself, you have gotten yourself in some mess because of your feelings. And we go to sleep and wake up talking about the dream. We go to sleep and wake up talking about the dream. We go to sleep to wake up, talk about what we did when we first started, talk about where we are, examining what we did right, what we did wrong. Listen to me, you gotta eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream. And every single day, you gotta wake up and put forth act. Because some days you're not gonna feel like getting up, but the dream is going to push you. You wake up every single morning and you go after it. Your mindset is the reason why you're not where you're supposed to be. I need you to confront you because you're the one holding you up. I need you to confront you. I need you to look in the mirror and tell you, you are not going to do me like this no more. You're not going to continue to sabotage me. You're not. You're not going to keep procrastinating. I need you. You're not. So you gotta ask yourself, what's your why? What motivates you? What pushes you? What drives you? And if that thing is internal, if nobody has to call you, if nobody has to prod you, if nobody has to reward you, if nobody has to give you anything, if you are self-motivated and self-regulated, you can have it, you can be it, you can do it. Right now, you're being
Hey guys, good night, good night, good night. How y'all doing? Can everybody hear me well?
trained by the environment.
All right.
You're gonna have a million things pulling on you. And it's so easy to get off. If you don't counter that, you're just gonna always focus on where you want to go.
All right, guys. Can y'all hear me? Everybody able to hear me? Okay, yes. Thank you, Denise. Thank you for confirming that. All right, so real quick, real quick. Good night, guys. I want to, talk to you guys and more than anything, give y'all some valuable information tonight. Um, thus being said, I want everybody. Let me make sure y'all can see me. All right, y'all can see me. Okay, we good. I want everybody to take the time right now to drop why. Why is it you started this journey? Like, what is your reason for getting started in the tax industry? What is your reason that you want to, pursue something more? Like, what is your reason why? Like, um, quick backstory about my reason why. So for me, right, my mom died in 2018. When she passed, I think I was like 21 years old. I think I was 21 years old when she passed. And my son, he had just made one. So at that point in time, I was going through a transitional phase as she lived in Louisiana and I was here in Texas. And man, I remember like I went through some stuff and long story short, my son ended up not being with me anymore and I ended up homeless. Guys, I was homeless. I was like sleeping outside, right? I was couch surfing. I was going through it, man. I was small. Like, I didn't know, you know, what life would look like for me after that. But I made up in my mind, like, this can never be me again. I made a choice in that moment, like, I will never be in this situation again. I would never be, in a situation where I'm down and out like this. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, for me, it was like I was really walking the streets hungry. Like, man, y'all don't know. Y'all, people see people panhandling on the corner and under bridges and stuff like that. And the fact of the matter is that was me. I wasn't standing outside asking for change or anything, but I was literally like sleeping outside. I didn't have nothing. I would catch like the pizza places before they close, like right, like because they throw away all their old food. So I used to love to catch like Domino's before they close. I'll catch like Krispy Kremes before they close. Different food places like that, and that's how I would eat for the most part. And I did that, y'all. I experienced that. I want to say I think I was homeless like that for about 6 months, right? Yeah, I was homeless like that for about 6 months, guys, and that really broke me. Like I didn't have like nothing. And when I did get money, like I would try to, use my change, to, like buy bananas. And I'm telling y'all all of this for a reason. So like I would go buy bananas, and believe it or not, a banana is the cheapest thing you can buy anywhere. You might think like, of course, if you go to a convenience store, it's different. But a banana is the cheapest thing you can buy in the grocery store. I used to buy bananas at the time. I used to spend like 18 cents. I spend like 56 cents and I'll give me like two bananas, right? And that's what I would eat. And it was going through things like that that made me like, this can't be my life story. Like, like my life, I can't just leave my life to be this way. There has to be more for me, right? Um, and all in all, I really got tired. And when I say I got tired, y'all, I really got tired. Because most people be like, I'm tired of these bills. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. And they say they tired, but they do the same stuff every day. And they hoping things change for them. But it's not. And that was at the point in my life where I realized that things would not change unless I made them change. And me saying I was tired wasn't going to change the fact that I was still going through what I was going through, right? So I made a commitment to myself that no matter what, I will wake up every day with a goal in mind to do something on this list of things that I felt like I needed to do to get back on my feet. And y'all, I stayed so consistent at that goal. It was days to where like I didn't go because like I said, I was sleeping outside. I would sleep under the overpass or like in tunnels. Like I had different spots that I would sleep during that time. So like I'm saying all that to say whatever the situation was, it was like, I'm not going back to wherever it is I'm sleeping until I accomplish this goal. So if I went out that day and my goal, like I used to go to day labor services. So like if I went out that day and my goal was to make $80 or $100, then and I went to the temp service and they only paid me $60, then that means I gotta go get the other 20, right? And it was that mind frame that made me be like, man, I gotta be all in for myself because nobody's coming to save me. That was like rock bottom for me. I had lost my mom. I didn't have a crib. I had no home. I had no family here in Texas. So it was like, and I didn't want to go back to Louisiana because there was nothing there for me. So that's when I realized, like, man, I gotta be my superhero. I gotta save myself. Like, and it was a lot of stuff that I had to release and let go. So, at the time, like even with being homeless, like, I was smoking cigarettes. Like after my mom died, I was smoking cigarettes. Like it was crazy. I don't even like cigarettes. I never liked the way they smell, but I found myself smoking cigarettes for a period of time. I say all that, but the moral of the story was I had to sacrifice those things. So I sacrificed smoking cigarettes. I gave that up, and that level of discipline has stayed with me to this day. So when I have conversations with people and they be like, oh, I'm tired of this or I'm tired of that. And like it's just like my level of discipline when it comes to wanting the things that I want and seeing the success before it happens is different because I've been through that type of thing. So it's like, I don't care for me. I don't care what I have to sacrifice. If that means I ain't smoking those cigarettes because I'm trying to get me a place to stay, then I damn them cigarettes. It's more important for me to have a roof over my head, right? If it means that, hey, I gotta go to work and sleep outside for like another 3 weeks before I'm able to stack and pay for a hotel room for a month, that's what I'm gonna do. You get what I'm saying? Like that was my mind frame. And I tested myself by trial and fire, but it built something different in me. And I'm saying that right now, I'm having this conversation with y'all right now because I understand that a lot of people, man, it's so many people that join this industry. And like I asked y'all, I'm gonna get to y'all comments and y'all responses. If you haven't commented already, I want y'all to comment and tell me why you started in this industry. It was a lot of people that used to tell me how they was tired and all that stuff. And a lot of people don't understand that my level of discipline is the way it is because I've went through those things and I was willing to sacrifice whatever it took for me to get that career, right? For me to have a stable place to stay. I was willing to sacrifice whatever for me to be able to afford the food to put in that house, right? I was willing to sacrifice. I was always willing to sacrifice whatever I had to sacrifice in order for me to get to the next level is what I'm getting at because that was all my mind was focused on. Because I wanted to do that more than I wanted to do anything else. And I see a lot of people come into this industry, y'all. It's so many, like literally, it's so many. And every year it's the same process. And the people like it just kind of like, it's one of those things where it's like you got to see the end game. You got to have a vision. You got to envision yourself as successful before you can become successful. You gotta want this as bad as you want anything else in your life. You get what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that it don't click for them right away. It don't click for them right away. So their first season, I'm gonna be honest with you. 100 people, let's just say 100 people sign up for the mentorship, right? Just throwing a number out there. 100 people sign up for the mentorship. By the time October, November come, we're gonna have about 50 to 60 that's still there, right? By the time the first week of December comes, you're going to have about 25 to 30 that are really still there and locked in and serious about it, right? They still serious, right? Out of that 25 to 30 people that's still there, only about 10 of them are going to go out and perform. And mind you, all these people had the same access to all the same training material, all the same marketing material, all the same resources. But the difference was The people that were willing to sacrifice additional time, meaning that time that they spent oversleeping, that time they spent watching TV. I understand life get overwhelming, life gets stressful. You might just want to unwind. Okay, unwind, watch TV, and schedule your post. You have to find a way to be counterproductive to whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever it is that you're going through. So I'm saying these things with you guys because you can give two people $1 million. You can give two people $1 million and give them a year. When you come back in 1 year, you can give them 3 months. When you come back in that time frame, it's going to be one person that still has that money and more, and it's going to be one person that's broke. And usually the person that's broke is the person with the broken mindset, right? The only difference between those two people, you can give them the same knowledge, the same resources, the same amount of money. The only two difference between those people was their mindset. So at the end of the day, we have to have the right mind, right? So I want y'all to start thinking about whatever your reason why that you drop this in the comments. I want you guys tonight, I want y'all to take that reason and I want y'all to write it on a sticky note. You ain't got a sticky note, write it on some paper. I want you to write that reason why on that paper, right? Like I want everybody to do this. I want everybody to do this because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is what I did, and it made me my first 100K in the industry, literally off of my own tax returns. So I'm not telling y'all nothing that has not worked. You have to understand that things have a 97% chance of happening when you write them down. Write down why you started. I want you to write down. I'm gonna give y'all time. Write down why you started. Write down why you started because that's gonna be very important on this journey for you. All right. After you write down why you started, I want you to drop it in the chat. And while y'all doing that, I'm gonna go through some of the reasons why people say they started. Denise says it's a stepping stone to get into generational wealth for my kids. Hey, Denise, I seen the same thing. I seen the same thing. Me doing taxes has helped me open up several other businesses. So I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Mary Beth says she started for extra money. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that. It's a lot of people that come into this industry. They start off as, just want to make extra money, and then they see how lucrative it is, and they go the distance. Because it's different when you see yourself making the extra $10,000 in a month. You're like, hold on, wait. Imagine if I did this all the time. It becomes that type of frame of thought. And, full disclaimer, I'm going to bust a myth for y'all real quick. A lot of people that think taxes are just seasonal. They think that tax season is from January to April, and that's not at all true. I file returns up until December 25th, December 24th, whenever the IRS closes the filing portal, because it's always people that still need their taxes done. So at the end of the day, it's one of those type of things. And depending on your prep fee, I don't know nobody that can't use an additional $500 if a person come to them in November right before Thanksgiving and say, "Hey, can you help me with my taxes?" Right, Miss Compost, you can use that additional money, right? Right. I figured it. I know it. So to teach me stability and a valuable skill. Okay, I feel that. I feel that. Okay, Niagara says generational wealth for my kids, building a foundation for me and those around me, my kids, and to never go back to where I came from, homelessness. Now I felt that. That was heartfelt for real. I started because I want more for me as well as learning something new under my belt. Kraft say he started to diversify and create another source of income. Okay, I can feel it. I can feel it. So so with everything y'all said, y'all wrote down y'all reasons as to why y'all started. I know it's 20 people on this call. 20 people didn't say why they started, but I would hope that you would take the step to write it down. Write it down. You ain't got to tell it to me. Write it down why you started, right? And literally, y'all, I swear to God, this is how I made my first 100K. I'm so serious. Like, I feel like this is the only reason that I did it. So I'm gonna share a gem with y'all. So y'all wrote it down, right? So I want you to write down before you write. Hold on, before you write, I want you to think about how much money it is you want to make this tax season. Do not be modest. Don't write down, I just want to make $5,000. That's easy. You make that the first week. I'm gonna tell you straight up. With the marketing and everything we teach, you'll make $5,000 the first week. This is just me being honest with you. I feel like 10,000 would be a realistic goal. 15,000 like that's, give yourself something that's realistic but challenging at the same time if you may. So I want you guys to write that down, right? Everybody got that amount wrote down? You wrote it down? I want you to mark through it. I want you to mark through it. I want you to add tax. Add tax. Because you work what you wrote down. There's no doubt about that. But add tax. They add tax every time you purchase something. You can't name something. The one thing you go buy that they don't have tax on. You added your tax to it. All right. Now, once y'all done that, I want y'all to do one or two things. For me, I took it. I had wrote it on a sticky note first, but the sticky note got unsticky. I didn't like it. I rewrote it on a piece of paper and I wrote it big, y'all. I wrote it big. At first, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be straight up honest with y'all. My first goal, because I had sat down, I calculated all my bills for the year. I calculated down to the phone bill and the haircut appointments, y'all. I cannot make this up. I had a whole structure. I'm like, yeah. Oh, it'll cost me about $80,000 just to be me. I have about another 10,000 to go on vacations with and enjoy. And I wrote down 80,000, y'all. I wrote down 80,000. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I wrote down 80,000. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit that 80 and I'm gonna be good. That's what I said. And y'all, I wrote that down and it was like something told me, like literally, it stayed up there for probably like a day or 2 days. I came back, something told me, you better than 80,000. You better than 80,000. You wrote down $80,000 because you knew you was gonna make it. It's a part of you subconsciously that believe and that knows you're capable of doing this. So it's already speaking into fruition, but you're not challenging yourself. I was like, okay, I'm gonna write down 90. And some say, I write down 120. Y'all, I wrote down $120,000. I cannot make this up. I wrote down $120,000. I wrote down 120K. And I circled it real big. I circled it. And when I circled it 3 times. And when I circled it, I put a thumbtack in it. And the way my room was positioned, it was like right by the door at the time. So every day when I leave out my room, that was like the last thing I would see. Every day. Every day I left my house to go out my door, to go out. That's the last thing that I would see was that 120,000. Right? So guys, I say that to say, I want you guys, everybody brush their teeth. We all adults, right? So if you got a mirror in your bathroom, put it on that sticky note and put it on your mirror, right? If you feel like it's gonna be better posted by your door so you can see it on your door, because I'm the type of person I got a prayer on side my door that I say every time I leave my house, and I got one that I say every time I make it back to my house. That's just me. So if I know I do that, I will put that sticky note right there next to it, right? But guys, I want y'all to put it where you're gonna see it every day. Every day on your journey, you're gonna see this. All right. Moral of the story, and the reason why I'm telling y'all that is because when you write things down and you see them, it's something called, I know everybody don't believe in this, but I think that everybody can agree that the tongue is very powerful. And you can speak things to existence, right? You can manifest things, right? You might say, man, I'm gonna get that car, I'm gonna get that house, and eventually, before you know it, you got the house, or you want that job. Hey, you got the job, you wanted the promotion. Hey, you got the promotion. You said those things for yourself and over your life, and they happened. So we wrote it down. You're gonna see it every day. So every day you're gonna be thinking about this now. It's on your mind, and you're planning it, right? And now from here on out, you just going out and executing. Guys, that was a very, very important and sentimental moment that I wanted to share with y'all and give y'all that insight, because I know it's a lot of you guys that are dedicated and that are consistent. And I want to thank y'all for that, because it's not easy being consistent to something that's not paying you weekly right now. You see what I'm saying? It's not easy being consistent to something that's not paying you daily. That's why a lot of people fall off. They need that right now money, and I understand it. But this is, again, like, if I haven't given y'all the full disclaimer, I'll give it to y'all now so y'all can know. This is not a get rich quick tactic. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow and have 100,000 in the bank. I apologize. I apologize if I led you to believe that. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow and have 100,000 in the bank. But what I can tell you, the 100,000 in the bank is just not gonna happen. If you thought that, I apologize, but I just had to tell you that. But what I can tell you will happen is if you take the teachings that I'm giving you, and especially man in marketing training, man, we go so hard in marketing training. Drop some flames in the chat if you was in marketing training Saturday. Who remember the catchphrase from Saturday at marketing training? Who remembers that? If you wasn't in marketing training, we have marketing training every Saturday at 6 p.m. That's where I give you guys the marketing tactics, different approaches, different strategies, both that some that are free, some that are very cheap, some that you take money and invest in. It's always a different game plan for you to get to the next level in this. If you have not had a chance to attend the marketing trainings, y'all, I got some good news and bad news. The good news is I've compiled a group that has every Zoom recording in there from every class and every marketing training, except the one we just had Saturday. And I don't know how it happened, but I guess Zoom said that's why it's important that people be in a room. Because that stuff that I gave y'all on Saturday is game-changing stuff. And I hope to get a chance to shed a little light on it again, maybe this upcoming weekend or something. I can touch on it briefly. But yeah, guys. So I'm gonna let y'all know what will happen for you is if you stay consistent, you follow the things that we're teaching, not only in these trainings, but in the marketing training, especially. Man, listen, there's nobody around that shouldn't make at least 10,000. It's nobody around that's connected to this, that's following this blueprint, that should make at least 10,000. If you follow this blueprint and you do everything I tell you to do, and you do it exactly when I tell you to do, and you execute all the way with no gaps, no holes, no cracks, and you don't make $10,000, I'll pay you myself. I've done it. I've led multi-million-dollar companies with this same exact blueprint. The only difference is it's a little more that I can give you when it's me, because I understand over the years I only get better. I'm like an iPhone, baby. I'm always coming with a new update. It's always a new update. Kane got some new values, some new games, some more stuff to teach you, and I'm gonna always bring it to you. I'm not gonna take anything from it, dumb it down, water it down, or anything. I'm gonna give it to you the same way I learned it, from experience. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. I'm not gonna tell you nothing that I have not tried myself and seen work. And if it is something that I have not tried, I'll tell you, hey, I haven't done this yet, but I've seen other people do it and they found success in it. That's me. But more than anything, I'm gonna tell you what I know for a fact work. So that way I know for a fact that I can attest to it as it applies to my success. So that's enough about me and me wanting y'all to succeed and helping y'all get an understanding of where it is you guys are going. We're gonna go ahead on and dive into tonight's lesson. Tonight we're gonna talk very briefly. I know we spoke about the filing statuses and stuff earlier this week. We talked about dependents, right? So now we're gonna discuss income, types of income. We're going to discuss types of income, right? Because income is very important. That's what taxes are centered around. It's income. And then we're going to also discuss some more information. So let me get this slide pulled up for you guys. Get this PowerPoint pulled up. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Are you guys able to see my screen? All right. Y'all see the PowerPoint screen? Okay. All right. Let's go. I'll go right here. All right. Let's talk about it. Oh, oh, I don't know how that happened, guys. Hold on. That's way at the beginning. Yup. We down here. Uh, I don't like this. This thing acting crazy. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's talk about it. What is income? Income is money, property, or services you receive. The IRS taxes most types of income, but not all forms of it, right? So knowing the difference between taxable and non-taxable income helps avoid mistakes. Some income is always taxed, some is never taxed, and some is taxed only in certain situations. What is taxable income? Taxable income is going to be things such as wages from a job, which is usually reported on a W-2, self-employment income, which is usually reported on a 1099 NEC, 1099-K, or Schedule C, unemployment, which is usually reported on a Form 1099-G, gambling winnings, which is also going to be reported on a Form W-2G, W-2G. The G on the back of the W-2 stands for gambling, right? Next is going to be retirement income, a 1099-R. R is for retirement, guys. Rental income or royalties. That's going to be reported on a Schedule E or a 1099 MISC. All right. So you got people that's getting money from maybe they have property, they're getting rental money, Schedule E. All right. Interest and dividends. 1099 INT for interest and a 1099 DIV for a dividend. All right. Guys, more than likely, you guys will not use those forms. It's just here for educational purposes. All right. Let me make sure. All right. Okay. Next is going to be tips alimony pre-2019 is going to be taxable income. All right. So if this alimony was decided before 2019 and has been pretty much made in effect, that's what's gonna go on. You're gonna have to pay that. You gotta pay taxes on it. But if it was already decreed before 2018 and before that, then they don't have to worry about that. But if it was dated for 2019 moving forward, then yeah, they gotta worry about it. Non-taxable income is gonna be child support payments, life insurance payouts, after death, of course, gifts under annual IRS limit. Okay. What's the annual IRS limit? The IRS says that you can give away 14,000, I think it's $450. Make sure that the amount is accurate. All right. And next is going to be inheritances, qualified scholarships if used for tuition or books. Next is going to be workman's compensation, welfare and public assistance, and certain disability income. You have to check the specifics on a disability income. It is a case-by-case situation, but in most cases, Social Security is not a taxable form of income. Special rules and situational income. Social Security is taxed only if total income passes a certain limit. Again, Social Security is only taxed if the total income passes a certain limit, all right? Scholarships are tax-free if used for tuition, but they are taxable if used for room and board, okay? Alimony pre-2019 is taxable. Alimony before 2018 is not, all right? Canceled debt can be taxable unless excluded. Let's talk about the taxable debt. So, for instance, if I did real estate with somebody, right? And let's just say we invested into a property and the property payout and they owe me money, but they never paid me. I can give them something called a 1099-C, all right? The 1099-C, as in cat, is a cancellation of debt form, all right? What that means is, hey, now, since you owe me, I'm writing this money off. It's income to you. And now you just got to deal with that with the IRS. So they're gonna count that as $7,000, $10,000, however many thousands of dollars as income to you now, and you got to settle that with them. All right. But for me, I get a tax break. Let's talk about disability pay. It's going to be taxable if the employer paid plan. It's going to be taxable if it's from an employer paid plan. All right. Hold on, make sure I ain't missing nothing. Oh, shucks. W-2s. We know what W-2s are. It's wages from work. It's issued by employees to report employee annual wages and amounts of taxes withheld from their check. It shows wages, taxes withholding, Social Security, and Medicare earnings. This is necessary for filing individual tax returns, and it determines the state and the federal tax liability. We know what a W-2 is, guys. 1099-K is for payment cards, right? It's going to be issued by payment settlement entities to report payments from card transactions and third-party payment networks. This is going to be required when the gross payments exceed $600 for the year. It is important for e-commerce sellers, gig workers, or anyone who receives payments on platforms like PayPal, eBay, Etsy, Stripe. Yep. You make more than $600, they want that cut. 1099 MISC. We talked about this, guys. It reports various types of income other than wages, salaries, and tips. It includes rents, royalties, and other income payments and other non-common income. This is essential for reporting miscellaneous income sources that do not fit other 1099 form categories. W-2G, certain gambling winnings, right? It's used to report gambling winnings and any federal income tax withheld on those winnings. It's required for gambling winnings that meet certain criteria related to the amount and type of gambling. It is necessary for reporting gambling winnings as income. Tax withholding must be reported as well. Let's talk real quick. So far, do anybody have any questions about anything that I've discussed? Now is the time. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Any questions before I proceed? All right. I'm going too fast. Am I going too fast for y'all or y'all got it? All right. So I know a little bit of stuff we discussed earlier and last week. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going too fast for anyone. I don't want nobody left behind. Are you guys still able to see my screen? Yep. Give me a thumbs up, drop a 1 in the chat. Okay, yep. Okay, that's cool. Next is going to be understanding unemployment and side gig income. This is earned from running your own business or working independently. It includes freelancers, gig workers, online sellers, and business owners. It's reported on a Schedule C. Also, that's going to be on the Form 1040. Non-employer, no W-2. So taxes aren't withheld, okay? Please know that. It's not an employer. So they don't give a W-2 and no taxes are withheld, all right? You must track income and expenses to report these profits and more than anything, the expenses for their business to lower their tax liability. So let's talk about forms that trigger Schedule C. A 1099 NEC for services rendered. This is common for contractors, all right? 1099-K for payments. We already know where it's going to come from. Cash income is still reportable even if no form is issued, all right? Bank statement receipts, invoices, they all help verify total earnings. Please know that. If they got paid and no taxes were taken out, it's likely going to go on a form Schedule C, all right, guys? What to watch for as a preparer? Let's talk about it. Sudden increases in income with no matching expenses. Meaning somebody tell you they made $50,000 in their business and they spend $2,000 to do it, something ain't adding up, right? Or they spent $200 to make $50, something ain't adding up, right? Claims of income with no records. Ask for proof. They say they're getting this money from doing hair. Where the cash out? Most hairstylists got cash outs, booking sites, Zelle payments, Apple Pay. Hey, they're hairstylists. We need proof of that income. Inconsistent income versus the lifestyle. You bought a brand new 2025 SRT Hellcat, but you only made $10,000 this year? Right? You got a brand new car, but you only made $15,000 this year? That's a $100,000 car. Something ain't adding up. So that's something that you want to ask questions about, because guess what? The IRS already know. They knew when you bought the paperwork and you bought it from the car, because I used to sell cars. And when you make a purchase like that, by law, the car lot has to report it to the IRS. When you make a purchase like that, whether you're financing it or whether you're buying it outright cash, it has to be reported to them. So they already know. So when they looking at you done bought this car, that they see the paperwork that you done bought And now they're looking at your tax return and you saying you only made $15,000. Okay, so I'm ain't adding up. They do all of that, guys. They got AI bots that go through all of that stuff. They got a file on every person. So let's talk about verify industry specific expenses. For example, if it's a lash tech, you know they need supplies. It's a hairstylist, you know they need supplies. If it's somebody that do car detailing, you know they need soap, a vacuum, a scrub, a power washer, and etc. Right? So you definitely want to make sure that the expenses are matching what they claiming. We're not gonna say you detail cars, you ride out and detail cars, but you trying to claim your light bill. That don't make sense. So the IRS gonna say the same thing, and they're gonna give you what's called an audit. All right. And they're gonna take everything back. They don't just want what they gave you for that credit, they want the whole return. Literally, they want the whole return, and they might penalize you for it. So that's why it's important that us as preparers, we ask them questions to make sense of what it is that they're telling us and when they're trying to claim on their return. Right. And if they don't know everything, then okay, that's when we ask probing questions. Hey, what kind of materials do you usually use for this job? That give them the opportunity to name out their materials that they use. Get the cost for those materials. Okay, how do you normally purchase these materials? Are you ordering them online, or you don't really want to say that, but how are you getting these materials? At that point, they'll tell you how they get their materials. Okay, so now it's more believable if you say, okay, you order your supplies online, you named all these supplies is out, you saying you spent X amount of dollars on these supplies. Okay, well, I need you to be able to prove all of this if the IRS come knocking, which likely they won't. But as we know, Schedule C's are the highest audited return, right? That and head of household filing statuses. Those are the two most highest audited returns. So use the Schedule C as a teaching moment. Show them how taxes really work. You made all this money, you didn't pay no taxes, you got to pay taxes. They want their cut. All right. So next we're going to talk about itemized deduction versus a standard deduction. So you guys can understand the deduction. All right. Please note, a deduction reduces your taxable income, right? And you choose one or the other, not both. They can either get an itemized deduction or a standard deduction. All right. Most taxpayers, in most cases, they'll take the standard deduction. It's more common for the standard deduction to be used because a lot of the people we deal with, they're going to be low income to middle class people. So they won't necessarily, have enough expenses that qualify on the itemized deductions to be able to itemize. So they rather just take what the IRS is going to already give them. All right, I'm gonna get into what itemizing is and amounts is a little sooner. Don't start sweating like, okay, and I don't know what you talking about. You finna see. All right. So choosing the right one can maximize your refund or reduce your taxes owed. Itemize is used when the qualified expenses exceed the amount that they would get from the IRS on a standard deduction. So let's just say, for instance, we're gonna knock out all the tax talk. I'm gonna say, for instance, right? Say like I tell you, okay, you can make up to $15, but everything you make over $15, you owe me 10 cents for. Every dollar you make over $15, you owe me 10 cents for it, right? So that $15 threshold, that threshold mark, is what's called my standard deduction. That's what the IRS would consider their standard deduction. They didn't charge you nothing you made up to the $15, but everything over the $15, they charge you 10 cents on. You see what I'm saying? So that $15 just happened to be their standard deduction amount, right? Okay, so now let's say the tables turn and the IRS is like, hey, if you got hospital bills that totals out to be more than, let's just say you made $100, right? Let's just say you made $100. And instead of you taking a $15 break that I was gonna give you, you like, man, I got expenses and stuff that total out to be more than the $15. I got qualified expenses that total out to be more than the $15 break that you was gonna give me. So I think I need to go the way of itemizing, right? So itemize, that's when they would itemize. If it's like, okay, yeah, my expenses that I have that qualify are more than what you're gonna already give me a break on. Does that make sense to everybody? If I broke that down good, drop some flames in the chat if I broke that down good right there. I see Miss Campos asks about Uber drivers. Uber drivers gonna be on the Schedule C, but they are also their income is usually reported on something called a 1099 NEC. And when you put that 1099 NEC in there, it's gonna automatically pull all the information. Even if you fill out the right form, it's gonna pull all that information from that form and transfer it over to a Schedule C anyway. That's just the way the software works. That's the way the IRS works. Okay, I'm glad that it all came together right at the end. That works perfect. That was the goal. All right, so now let's talk about it a little bit more. The standard deduction, a set dollar amount based on a taxpayer's filing status. So again, it might be $15 if you're single. If you file a head of household, it might be $20. If you married filing joint, it might be $22. If you married filing separate, it might still be $22. If you're a qualifying widower, even though you don't have a second person on your return necessarily, I mean, you can put them on there. They have the option to put them on there or not, as y'all already know. You qualifying widower, at that point, you can get the $22 standard deduction, or you can go ahead on and file as head of household and get the $20 standard deduction. It'll really be on you. All right. So there's no need to show receipts or documents for the standard deduction. The amount for 2025, you have to, again, guys, I encourage y'all to confirm for each year, but these are, to my knowledge, the most up-to-date numbers. All right. For a single filing status, the standard deduction is $14,600, meaning you can make up to $14,600 before the IRS say, okay, I need some cash in my hand, right? Same thing for head of household. You can make up to $21,900 before the IRS say, hey, pay me, right? Same thing for married filing joint, so on and so forth. Married filing joint, married filing separate, and qualifying widower. Let me rephrase that. Married filing joint and qualifying widower, okay, which is also known as a surviving spouse status. That's kind of what they're calling it now, is a surviving spouse status. Those both, married filing joint and surviving spouse status, usually have the same standard deduction. Okay? Married filing separate is usually going to have the same standard deduction as somebody filing single. Let me say that again. Married filing separate is going to normally have the same standard deduction as somebody filing single. All right. And please know that these standard deductions are going to automatically be applied to every return you do unless they choose to itemize. Most clients is going to qualify for this easy and fast. You really only take is income and a social security number, ITIN number, or something like that, right? Let's go. What counts as itemized deductions? Mortgage interest. Screenshot this page. Write it down, take a picture, grab your phone, pick it up, put it at your computer, whatever you got to do right now. I need y'all to know these things. It's very quick, very brief description. This is the most in depth as we really need to get about it. All right? Like literally. Mortgage interest on qualified home loans. All right. That's going to be the standard. That's going to be something they can itemize. All right. State and local taxes up to $10,000 is going to be something they can itemize. Medical and dental expenses over 7.5% of the AGI is going to be something that they can itemize. Okay. Charitable donations, cash and non-cash with receipts is something that they can itemize. People donate the Salvation Army. What's that other one? The thrift store. What's the thrift store? Everybody be talking about. I don't remember the name of it, but y'all know which one I'm talking about. Y'all donate to thrift stores, they give you the receipt. They tell you how much the estimated value of what you donated was. So that's what they would have. Casualty and theft losses from federally declared disasters. Meaning if they were in Florida and Florida got hit by a hurricane, then you might want to inquire, hey, was your area declared a disaster area? Right? So these are common things. Y'all, this is the knowledge that separates what? A tax pro from a tax professional. All right? So I hope y'all screenshotted that place. I mean, screenshotted the name of screenshotted that slide. But the name of that place is Goodwill. Thank you, Miss Compost. Thank you, Susanna. Yes, Goodwill. You donate to Goodwill, they give you the thing. What clients should itemize? Let's talk about it. Total deductions exceed the standard, meaning the amount that they donated, all those things that we just seen on the last slide, is more than $14,600. once we add it up, right? They own a home with the high mortgage interest or property taxes. They probably should itemize. Maybe they had major medical expenses. They had an accident. They had to pay for everything out of pocket. They probably should itemize. They made large charitable donations. They definitely should probably itemize, right? They live in a state with high income or sales tax. They should probably itemize. All right. Let's talk about deductions, do's, and don'ts. You can't double dip. No deducted expenses that were reimbursed. Flat line, bottom line. There's none of that. Next thing is going to be keep receipts for charitable giving and medical bills. I always want to tell a client that don't inflate the donation. The IRS watches for round numbers. As y'all don't know. If y'all don't know, I'm tell y'all right now. Because we gonna be I would really like, I'm gonna drop the link to the to round 2 of training tonight. And I want you guys to really join that class. I know y'all ain't got all night to be on Zoom. But the reason why that training is gonna start at 8 o'clock, because I'm almost done with y'all right now. The reason why I want y'all to join is because I want y'all to see somebody work a return on a self-employed individual. They talk about how the IRS watches for round numbers. In the software, guys, write this down. There's going to be a rule of thumb. We don't use zeros. We don't use fives. And we do not use nines. Drop that in the chat. 059. What numbers we don't use, everybody? I see you, Ms. Compos. I see you. 059. Yes, Susanna. We do not use 059s, guys. This is a high red flag for the IRS. You just seen them say. They watch for that. They watching for them round numbers now. You know? All right. So boom. Next. You're gonna watch for clients wanting to itemize just to get more. Verify first. We always want to verify everything they claiming. Okay, you went to the dentist, you spent $10,000 on your teeth. Okay, was it cosmetic or was it a real dental procedure? What's going on? Because I'm gonna tell y'all, the IRS do not. People think they can get a deduction for their BBLs. That is not true. That's not how the IRS work. They do not allow you to deduct what's it called? I just said the word. Cosmetic procedures that do not qualify for a tax write-off. Cosmetic procedures do not qualify. So you think you got your facelift, you got your cheek, nope. The IRS don't play it. They're not having it. They will not allow you to claim that as a deduction. All right. Also in the software, there is a space for you guys to be able to use to compare both the deduction types. All right. You can compare the standard deduction versus if they itemized. All right. We want to talk about this, but screenshot this. I want y'all to see. Because like I tell y'all, these are gonna be some of the key things. And I want y'all to put all this stuff that I told y'all screenshot. I want y'all to put in put it in y'all album, put it in a photo album in your phone, and I want you to label it as tax professional. You know what I'm saying? Tax professional cheat sheet. All right. There's gonna be a tax professional cheat sheet because a lot of common tax pros, they do not know this knowledge. They don't know that they can literally give a teacher an additional teacher automatically qualify without even itemizing or anything else. Teachers automatically qualify, or anybody working in an educational institution, they automatically qualify. Listen, TurboTax don't know this. They be on TurboTax. They don't even know they qualify for this. You file them with TurboTax, I can get you another $300 just by doing this. You know, this is why they need us, y'all. And other tax mentors, they're not teaching their people this. This is why we ain't gonna even get into that. Educator expenses. It's eligible. It's literally eligible for teachers for up to $300. So if they bought classroom materials, maybe they bought everybody ice cream that day. Maybe they bought wipes. You know, they bought wipes, they bought paper towels, they bought Germ-X. Teachers buy a lot of stuff for them kids. Outside, you know, on their school checks, man. Hey, the IRS say we know. They give them $300. All right. Student loan interest. A lot of people don't even know that. They can write off student loan interest. Yes, they can do that up to $2,500 without claiming the itemize or any of that, y'all. They qualify for these things, but they don't know. The clients don't know because they're trusting the tax preparer to tell them. And the tax preparer don't know because their mentor didn't teach it to them. Screenshot this page, man. Telling you, IRA contributions. So this is for a traditional IRA. They can't listen. They can claim that they can claim their contributions to their IRA on their tax return. Yes. And health savings account. They working a good job. They've been there for a minute. 9 times out of 10, they have a health savings account. They can deduct that. These are all deductions. That's only gonna put them further in the green for what they already was getting. So imagine if they was in the green and part of the money that they had that was putting them in the green had to get them out the red, right? So we use this money right here that they qualify for to fill up what would have been stuck in the red to get them out the red and push all the money that they did get all the way to the green. That's how we do it. All right. Self-employment tax deduction. 50% of self-employment taxes. They've been paying taxes throughout the year with self-employment. They get 50% of that. They can claim that. They can claim that. All right. Alimony paid for divorce is finalized. See, alimony paid. They can claim a deduction for the alimony that they paid. If it was finalized, if the divorce was finalized before 2019. Before 2019. After 2019, they ain't trying to hit. But if it was before 2019, they got you. All right. We already know why these deductions matter, but I'm gonna go ahead and touch on it real briefly. All right. They can't reduce the AGI enough to qualify for income-based credits. So guess what? Not only are we putting them in the green, but y'all got to keep in mind, the more money a client makes, like for instance, the earned income credit, once you hit $50,000, $60,000, that credit amount, it starts to go down. Once you start to hit 30,000, it starts to phase out. It starts to phase out. So when we reducing their AGI, meaning they total annual gross income, right? They once we reducing how much they made by applying these deductions, is bringing them closer to the what? The phase out range, right? It's bringing them closer to that. That makes sense. That makes sense. Am I teaching right now? Am I teaching? Let me know if I'm teaching. I just hope I'm teaching. I just hope I'm adding value right now. All right. So next, let's talk about it. This helps lower taxable income without needing to itemize. That's why it's important. That's why I always recommend using that cheat sheet that y'all just took a picture of first and just skimming through it, seeing if they might qualify for any of that. And then do that before you itemize. Because if they're a high income earner and they already taking a standard, you want to see if they qualify for any of that before you shift them over to itemizing. All right. Then once they itemize, they'll have all of the stuff that we just put on there for them if they qualify for any of it and the itemizations. And even if they don't itemize, they'll still get all of those things regardless. All right. And literally, it's especially helpful for self-employed taxpayers, college graduates with student loans, educators, and parents saving for retirement, literally. And some require documentation. So you need to always ask for proof. If they claim any of these things, always ask for proof. That's how we cover our own backs. Hold on. We know always verify the eligibility and amounts. Watch out for clients trying to deduct our Roth IRA contributions. We do not do Roth IRA contributions. Only regular IRAs. Think about it like this. Rothschilds was one of the richest families in the world. So they're not trying to give them no type of tax, none of that. They're not trying to show them no type of tax love. Just being honest. So no Roth IRAs, but regular IRAs are very, very, yes, they're very acceptable. So alimony agreements after 2018, they don't get a deduction. You made the agreement after 2018, you do not get a deduction. All right. Missing documentation for student loans or HSA, we can't do it. Use the software to ensure that correct phase outs based on income. All right, guys. So that's a lot of valuable information for y'all tonight. I'm trying to see if we got hold on. I gotta see. All right, I'm gonna go over the tax credits in next class. All right, we're gonna go over the tax credits in next class. Thank you guys for all staying on tonight, and I really, really want y'all to join this next class. If y'all can, y'all please join this next class because the thing is, y'all came in, right? And we've been doing training, right? But I'm trying to make sure that y'all are prepared all the way for the season. So if y'all can stay and join this one class right here, and we can walk through a return, I want to introduce you guys to the software so y'all can see Yes, the next training is recorded. All trainings are recorded. If you go into the recordings right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I've dropped any round two recordings in the recording group. So that's gonna definitely be a thing. Susanna, message your mentor. Um, More than likely, message your mentor and you'll be able to get that get access. We'll figure it out and I'll work it out. Uh, Lourdes, Miss Compost, you in the group. I dropped a link to the group that all the recordings are in. So you just got to go to our group chat that you're already in and click on it, and you'll be able to pull up that group and join that group where you're able to access all those recordings. All right. Also outside of that, guys, but yes, y'all joined kind of late. So I really want y'all to stay on and see how the tax software work, what it look like, and how to process a return. Because again, when we do get the software training, I want y'all to at least have an idea of how it goes, look a little familiar with it, and actually get the chance, because this is going to be the last week that we spend on any type of tax laws or anything. Next week, we're going straight full on software marketing. We're gonna spend literally a couple days doing software training. I'm gonna encourage you guys to go ahead and get in the demo. I'm gonna drop some practice returns for y'all as well, so y'all can start working in the software on your own time. But I'm gonna literally give y'all two classes. They're gonna probably be a little lengthy. I'll be honest with you guys. Those next week classes will be a little more longer because we're gonna actually go on the software, and I'm explaining to y'all how to operate it from A to Z. And I'm gonna literally walk y'all through how to complete returns, both classes. Y'all gonna also have access to demo software to where you can actually practice in the actual software. It's just not, you can't submit a return, of course, but it looks exactly the same. Y'all also have client files to where y'all have their name, date of birth, social security number, the whole client file. Whether they're Schedule C clients or whatever they're filing, whatever it is, you'll be able to put all of that into the software and actually practice and work, because in my opinion, is most important more than anything to get you guys ready, right? If I can get y'all already ready on the software and y'all practicing on software on y'all own, they give me way more time to dedicate the trainings on Tuesdays and Thursdays, even more to marketing training outside of the trainings that we're having on Saturdays. You see what I'm saying? So once we do that, that's the end goal. That's the overall goal. Is to kind of like navigate you guys that way. I will say this, what it's gonna be. So yeah, so is gonna be next week we're gonna start at 7 o'clock. And that class is gonna be a little longer. So we're gonna run that class all the way into 8. Well, it's gonna run past 8. So that's gonna be next week. And then after that, y'all training schedule is gonna change. After that, you guys will really be an officially graduated tax training at that point. So if you're in round 2, you will then be transitioned over to be with the round 1 group. So everybody will be collectively together. And at that point, we'll just continue, doing software on some days, just walking through any questions that anybody have with software and stuff like that. But just more so focusing on marketing campaigns, because after this, no, it's a different link. It's definitely a different link. Let me see who's on here right now. Uh, yes, we have training this Thursday. We have training every no, 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 no. Oh, I'm glad you said something, Karen. I work every day, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, and I don't really be celebrating holidays. I have work Thursday, but no, you guys do not. Thursday training has been moved to Friday. Thursday's training has been moved to Friday. I know, and I'm gonna get y'all on here Friday, and we're gonna walk through the last lesson, and then I'll see y'all for pop-up training on Saturday. I mean, hey. Don't get too drunk. That's all I can tell y'all. Have a good time, but get over the hangover by the time it's time for tax training. That's all I ask. Yes, so no training Thursday. Training will be Friday at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Friday. 7 p.m. Friday. I know somebody gonna ask, somebody gonna say I ain't know. Everybody heard me. Everybody heard me, right? Hey, you that's acting like you can't hear. Yeah, you right there. Yeah, yep. Let me see. Amber. Bianca, Chantel, Denarian, Karen, Mary Beth, Etnisha, Serenity, Susanna, Tiana, everybody on here. I just went through all the random names I seen. If you're on here, yes, yes, we have training Friday at 7 p.m. All right, thank you, Allison. Yes, so y'all make sure y'all are on there. Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Friday, Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. All right. All right, y'all. With that being said, I gotta go ahead. I'm finna actually have Tomanika, if you can you drop the link? Can you drop the link to the next class so they can just click it from the Zoom chat? Can you drop that link right here in these comments so they can hold on, I don't think that's the right one. Thank you, Daenerys. Thank you for telling them, letting them know. Anisha, let your people know. Bianca, let your people know. All right. Everybody let y'all teams know. But yeah, what I'm gonna say, they should be dropping a link right now for this 8 o'clock class. Drop it in the comments on this Zoom if you can. If you got the link, Anisha, I know you got it. Denarian, I know you got it. Drop the training link for round one of training. Drop it right here in this Zoom chat so they can click it and just go in that Zoom room real quick while we transition. I'm gonna stay on here so I can make sure everybody get over there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she just posted that one. Do it say 2.0? Nah, I need it on here. Do it say 2.0? Or hold on. Let me go see. Let me go see. Because yep, that's the link. That's the link. Can you share it for me, Miss Compost? Can you share it in this Telegram chat for everybody? That is indeed the link. Drop it right here in these chats, in this chat. Yep. Thank you, Miss Compost. She just dropped it. Make sure you guys click that link. That's the link. We finna go on that meeting. The code 442763. 442763. 442763. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and click that link and migrate on over there. I'm gonna still stay in this Zoom room while everybody transition. Let them know I am on my way. Tell them I'm on my way. I know I'm late, but they know it's working when I show up. I got them. I'll take care of them. All right, y'all go ahead and get over there. Let's look into this software. Anisha, you too. You included, Anisha. Miss Berry, I want to see you over there, Miss Berry. Niagara, I definitely want to see you over there. Tiana, I want to see you over there. Hey, click that link. Get on over there. I'm gonna be checking too. I'm gonna be checking. All right, Sterling. I want to see you over there, Sterling. Click that link. Go on migrate over there. Well, we got Miss Berry and Anisha. Y'all must be at steak night or something. I just feel I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, you did text me. I forgot you text me. But click the link and go to the other training, man. Amber. Yes, Amber. Click the link. Click the link, Amber. Click the link. Transition to that other training. Let them know I'm on my way, Amber. Can you deliver that message? Deliver that message to them. Kane said he on his way. He know he late, but he coming. Who is Zoom using? Who is Zoom using? We need to get your Zoom set up right because I don't know who you are. Zoom user. Click that link. I see the ceiling over there, but click that link for me though. Serenity, click that link. Zoom user, yes, you with the purple shirt on, pink shirt on, yes, you, ma'am. Click the link in the chat. Click the link in the chat and go on over, get over there to that other Zoom. All right. Tiana, where you at, Tiana? Serenity, where you at? Niagara, where you at? All right, so look, y'all, I done told y'all, but I gotta go. These people waiting on me, and I hope to see y'all over there. I hope y'all don't miss the link. It's probably gonna leave after I leave this. After I end the Zoom, it's probably gonna be gone. So I hope y'all got it. I'm gonna give y'all like 20 more seconds. All right, y'all click the link. Y'all got a Zoom code. Y'all need me to tell y'all the Zoom code. Y'all probably having a hard time, right? Zoom code is gonna be 442763. 442763. 442763 is the Zoom code. I'm gonna see y'all on that Zoom. We finna go ahead and get started, take off with this tax software. All right. Peace.